Spicy's in the house, my people, and I hope you subscribe to participate in the 5,000 subscribers goal for the next giveaway, where I will give out 8 Amazon gift cards of $25 each. So go ahead, subscribe and like this video. Also let me know if you subscribe in the comments so I can show you some love. Congratulations Ultra Instinct Shaggy for the comment of the day. I also just launched a new self-development channel, so if you can click the link in the description to support me, that will be great. Lady realizes I don't work there after half hour of being rude to me. I was just browsing around the dollar store, wearing a red hoodie and black jeans. The employees wear all black and green aprons. I accidentally knocked over some items on a cluttered shelf, and so I put them all back neatly. A few minutes later, I noticed an older lady intensively glaring at me. She glared for a while before coming up to me. I need help finding the plastic forks. They were not in the kitchen section. Oh, they should be at the end of the last aisle near all the party supplies. She huffs and walks off to the party aisle. A moment later, she comes back and asks where to find another item, so I tell her. And she keeps coming back and asking me where to find each item she was looking for. It is starting to annoy me, but I am not really good at saying no to people unless they go too far. She is starting to get more and more pissed off each time she comes back. I was texting my husband when she comes up to me again with a loud ahem and taps on my shoulder to get my attention. I don't understand why you can't just come with me and actually show me where the things are instead of just messing around on your phone. You're wasting my time making me go look by myself. I am shocked. I'm sorry, I was just trying to help. Well, you are doing a terrible job at it. Your generation is so rude and lazy. I can't even believe it. And she storms off. I was standing there kind of shocked at how rude she was after I told her where to find all the stuff she wanted for the past 20 minutes, but just brushed it off assuming she would not bother me anymore. I was wrong. After about 5 minutes, she came stomping up to me and shoved a basket full of stuff at me. I don't want this stuff, put it back for me. No, you can't put it back if you don't want it. She went red as a tomato and looked absolutely furious. She was so mad that she was shaking. Excuse me? What do you mean, no? How dare you talk to me like that? You stupid, lazy little brat. The whole time, you have been playing on your phone and giving me the worst customer service I have ever had. I am having you fired. I want a number for head office and I want to see your manager. I am sick of dealing with entitled kids who are too lazy to do their jobs and think they are more important than paying customers. You don't deserve to have a job. I hope no one hires you ever again after I get you fired. An employee had shown up after hearing this lady yelling at me and just kind of stands there in shock for a moment until she stops her tirade. Ma'am, I don't work here. This whole time, I was just trying to be nice by helping you. Yeah, right. Then why were you stocking the shelves earlier? She trailed off as she looked at the employee in her green apron with a store logo and name tag and back to me, wearing casual clothes, and she finally realized her mistake. I have never seen anyone look so embarrassed before. She turned white as a sheet, dropped her basket, and walked as fast as she could without running out of the store, got in her car, and drove away. The employee apologized to me, but I told her not to worry about it. I bought my stuff and walked home. Maybe not one of the craziest stories on here, but one that makes me laugh when I think back on it. The thing that kills me about these stories is that when they realize they were not talking to an employee, they change their tune and get embarrassed and respectful. Like, why do you treat employees like subhumans and expect them to be helpful towards you? You're not security? I'm not security. I was shopping at a local big box sporting goods store. I was first looking in the camping section and I noticed an average nondescript looking guy in unremarkable clothing kind of watching me power through camping crap. He did not have any merchandise or a basket or a card. I figured he was probably store security. A bit later, I was over in the bow hunting area, trying to figure out what all of the cool looking stuff is used for. Same guy was there, kind of eyeballing me, but trying to look like he was not. Then again, I was overlooking at ammo reloading stuff, and the same guy was there. So I walked up and down a few aisles, and the guy followed me. Now, I was trying to figure out what I did that made security want to follow me. I was in business casual, clean-cut kind of guy. Finally, after about 3 aisles, the guy came around the other aisle and kind of blocked me. He started making idle chit-chat, but seemed really nervous. Then I noticed that he was looking at my right hip. I carry a concealed handgun there, tucked under my business shirt, but it is a full-size gun, so if I bend funny or reach up for something, you can see the outline of it on my shirt. It is called printing. In my state, open carry is legal, so printing is not really a legal issue. But I try not to let it happen because it does freak some people out. Usually, only another person who carries will notice it though. Then the guy starts to come closer to my right side where I keep the gun. So I turn away and move my store handbasket to cover the gun to prevent access. After a short do-see-do, he finally says to me, "I know you're security and I saw you following me, so I wanted to give you a taste of your own medicine." And I laugh. "Oh, I thought you were security." "Nope, I'm just shopping." "I know you're security, and I'm going to tell everyone." "Okay." So I continued looking for a bit, but did not end up buying anything. The guy followed me at a short distance, telling everyone within nearby earshot, "Watch out, he's security." Eventually, I dropped off my empty basket and headed for the store exit, passing through the registers. He continued to follow me, calling attention to himself by telling the front-end people that he knows that I am security. I walked out of the store and he followed me. The alarm went off and they asked him to come back in with the unpaid merchandise he was carrying. I was parked near the front. I waited around for 10 or 15 minutes to see if he came out, but he did not. I have not seen anything in the police blotter yet. So maybe they got it all sorted out. So what does he get for telling everyone you are security? Even if you were, it is not like it is uncommon for there to be security guard around. No idea, maybe he got bonus points? The time I was mistaken for an employee because I was helping my friend with her shopping. So this happened back in January, and even though it was confusing and weird at the time, I can get a laugh out of it now. Some backstory to start off with. My best friend from school moved back into the area after several years of being away for uni. She asked me if I will take her to the supermarket to help her out with some shopping. It is important to mention, as well, that she is blind and uses a cane to get around. The employees of the supermarket we went to wear orange and mauve fleeces with the shop's name on it. People of the UK will know which supermarket I am talking about. And I am wearing a black hoodie with a skull on the front and jeans. So I definitely did not look like an employee. So anyway, we were in the cereal aisle and I was reading out some of the boxes for my friend when a middle-aged woman with that haircut and a big booming voice approached us. I will be me, she will be woman, and my friend will be friend. "Where is the vinegar?" Probably where to keep the sauces and that." The woman raising her voice a little bit. "Well, don't you know? Aren't you supposed to know where everything is kept?" I am confused, not realizing she thought I worked there. "Well, I have not been here for a while, so..." The woman is exasperated. "Ugh, look, stop helping that blind girl and come help me look for the vinegar." What's going on?" "I'm sorry dear, but can you manage on your own for a bit? This assistant needs to help out other customers as well as yourself." My friend got it before I did. "She is not an assistant, she's my mate." This woman's face was a picture. She just kind of mumbled, oh. Then she drew herself up and said, "Well, it's nice of you to help your friend out," and strode off somewhere. My friend said, "What the hell was that all about?" And honestly, I could not even answer. We continued shopping. I saw her again at the tills when we were paying, but I did not let her presence be known to my friend. She saw me and blushed, but didn't say anything. I just kind of shook my head and grinned. "So, where was the vinegar?" "The lady was so sour, she must have been drinking it." Karen in disguise gets wrecked by master of profanities. I have recently joined the Reddit fleet and reading all of the "I don't work here" posts. I have finally gathered enough courage to post my own story with the consent of a friend who was a witness to another friend of his. Sorry about the length, but it was the only way to convey both the detail and the atmosphere that took place. But before I begin, allow me to welcome you to the Balkan states and culture, a place of nice food, good parties, great beaches, and people you don't want to aggravate, as we have a very high proportion of irritables that react very aggressively to provocations. Our story begins with Zan and Nikolay, real names roughly translated to English, again with my friend's consent, but they are not Reddit users. Zan has previously suffered an incident, hitting a rock in some shoals when paddling a raft, dislocating his elbow or something like it. The doctors treated it, and while it was okay, it was still sore when moving, so Zan braced it with a scarf in a discreet manner. Later on, Zan and Nikolay coincidentally met in a supermarket, exchanged a few words, and since this was not normally Nikolay's market of choice, he asked Zan where the baking powder was and he pointed it to him. Little did he know that Zan was being preyed upon by Stealth Karen. We still don't know her real name. I say Stealth because as Nikolay described her, she did not look like a Karen at all, but she did have an upscale haircut and an expensive looking outfit, paired with a chip on her shoulder like she owns half the country. She goes right after Zan. Boy, hey boy, your store has discount beach balls. Tell me where they are. Clearly aggravated by her lack of manners, he responds with the same disrespect he received. I didn't know, I don't care, ask one of the employees. I don't work here, lady. Don't lie to me, boy, I saw you helping that other person. Zan, still in pain from the accident and out of patience for her harassment, looks angrily right in her eyes and says, I told you, I don't work here. Go away. She moves on without saying a word and eventually finds an employee to irritate, while Zan and Nikolay meet again at the vegetable section. Nikolay asking Zan about mountain salt this time. Little did he know that Karen has been paying attention and angrily streams towards Zan, saying, I have had enough of your BS from your employees today. I'm gonna personally drag your ass to the manager to explain yourself. Zan was not paying attention as Karen proceeded to grab him really hard exactly at the injured elbow when he screams in agony when he pushes Karen away and she lands sitting on her lower potato stand, left arm gripping the banana stand and right arm grabbing hold of the orange basket. Zan went right in the face of the now poor, not dumbstruck Karen and proceeded to yell at her like an army drill sergeant dressing down a recruit. But the language coming out of his putty mouth was so foul that it drove the whole supermarket to silence. The curses were downright sickening, like scraping up whatever was the bottom of the cesspool with a spoon and flinging it to Karen. Please bear in mind that Balkan swear words don't translate very well, and they sound 10 times worse when spoken in our native language, but here are a few examples, slightly adjusted to match the code of conduct on this subreddit. Please note that this is Zan screaming from the top of his lungs, nursing his pain elbow. When I said I don't work here, I do not work here. Are you stupefied of the wooden crown you wear squeezing the blood out of your brain, you thrice-fed biche? And, God give that a monkey dick grows on her forehead. And, you wear that fancy dress but you're not worth flicking the shit out of my boots. And, I curse the day your mother squeezed you out of her vagina. Those were just the ones that were translatable. It went on for a whole 10 minutes, all the while Nikolay trying to get Zan to stop. A whole crowd gathered in the meantime, and when the police finally came, Karen was ruined. During the outburst of Zan profanities, Karen was too terrorized to cry. All she could was shake, stare back at him with tears streaming down her cheeks. It is only after police broke the two apart did Karen dare to break down into full-blown crying. Now for the aftermath. The police reviewed the videotapes and fined Karen for aggravated assault right after taking her to a doctor for sedation. Zan was also fined for violating public order and peace, which he disputed in court successfully on the grounds of responding instinctively to Karen's assault against him. Nikolay was not punished. I know that some of you might find this story implausible, but please note that this was in a small countryside Balkan supermarket, where the shoppers have basically an unofficial zero-tolerance policy towards entitlement of any kind, mainly due to the local population suffering trauma from arrogant business owners selling their factories and older businesses to foreigners who embezzled these businesses to the ground, a common story throughout many Balkan countries. Before you go away or enjoy my playlist of IDontWorkHereLady videos, remember to subscribe to have a chance in winning one of the 8 Amazon gift cards I will give when we reach the 5,000 subscribers mark. Also, check out my new self-development channel that I will link in the description. If you want to support me, that will be awesome. Thank you for your support, and hopefully you can help me create better videos with your likes and comments. My name is Spicy, and I'm out.